Hey guys, what's up? This is my review for Magna Carta 2. Did I like the game, or do I not like the game? Go ahead and watch my review and find out. Hey, first off, I'm sorry about the story. There's a couple things going on with the story. There's a civil war going on. This man named Shawenzite killed the queen and put her daughter in prison, and she broke out of prison, and with this man named Count Alex, and they together both created the Southern forces to battle the Northern Army. That is the main plot of the game, the story. But there's also another mini story, in my opinion. Juto, there's another character. He loses his memory, and this girl named Melissa takes him in as a young brother. Basically, is what their relationship is. She teaches him how to fight and stuff, and together they both protect their home called Highwind Island. Well, on Highwind Island there is this place, and it houses the thing called the Guardian, and this Guardian is a key factor into making what the Northern Army uses in their war against the Southern forces called the Sentinels. The Guardian is the key. So the Northern Army invades Highwind Island, and that's where the story takes place. Or takes off, I should say. Something happens to Melissa, and Judo wants revenge, so he joins the Southern forces to combat the Northern Army. And that's pretty much the entire story. I like the story, really, I do. It's kind of nice that Judo gets taken in, even though he has no memory or anything like that, and so he goes out to protect his quote-unquote sister. So I'll go ahead and give the story I'll give it an 8. Well, I'm feeling an 8. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to controls. The controls in the game are actually pretty easy to get used to, in my opinion. A is your typical, well, first of all, there's a movement mode and combat mode, and that's just a simple pull of the left trigger to switch between those two. And when you're in combat mode, you move a lot slower, but that's gameplay, so I'm not going to get that. But everything is real easy. A is to attack. Well, A, B, and X are all attacks, but they're different attacks, and I'll get into that later. But it's right there at your fingertips. You can switch playable characters with the directional pad. The only thing I really have trouble getting used to is switching who I'm going to attack. When you lock on, you stay on that person no matter how close or far away they are. And LB and RB, it's real simple once you get used to it, but you know, it'd be nice if you just press one or the other, or just a completely different button to switch people. But other than that, everything's real nice. The controls are easy, as I said. So I'll go ahead and give controls. We'll give them a 9. That sounds about right. Yeah. So next I'm going to move on to gameplay. I actually like the gameplay. It really brings me into the game. As I said, there are 3 playable characters, and you can switch to each one. Well, there's actually 6 altogether, but you can only control 3 at a time, and they're just directional button right there on the fly. It's real nice. Some people were questioning, can you walk around as just one character the whole time, or is it just in battle? You can switch them. Well, you can switch them at any time you choose, because each character has a special, what should I call it? Move. I will call it special move. It's nothing special, but in movement mode, they have their own thing that they use. So, like Juto, for example, there are things called, or there are some enemies that have hard shells, but in movement mode, you have to be as Juto to kick the shell to break it, so then you can kill the thing. Things like that. So that's nice. Another thing, there's stamina bar. Now, you might think, oh, that's just great. Well, when you get full of stamina, you go into an overdrive mode where your attack is upped and things like that. But after you get done attacking, you go into an overheat mode where you can't move. And that's where the tactical part of the game really comes in, because when you go into overdrive mode, you do your attacks, and then you switch to another person, and then you use them until they get into overdrive mode, and then when you get but you have to use a special skill to get into the overdrive mode, and when you do that, everything is goes back to normal, and it's called chain break. But as you go into the overdrive mode with the second character, his stats are also improved because of the first person, and that's where the chain comes in, like I said. I'm trying to think of something else to talk about the gameplay. Yeah, the strategic part, definitely. Some characters, the way I started out playing the game, and I actually still do it, some characters I use more as a support role. So for example, the princess, she has the ability to heal the ally or the other characters. So I just let her set back and let her attack whenever she feels necessary, but I control her and I prioritize her type of fighting style to prioritize healing spells. Excuse me. So I'll go in with the two close combat guys that I may have at the time, and I'll fight with them while she stands back and heals them. So I kind of like that little strategic thing. Of course, you don't have to do that, but you know, like I said, it's nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and give the gameplay a 10 actually, because that's actually how much I enjoyed the gameplay. Now, overall, I am very entertained by this game. I love the game. I play it for hours. I actually played it so much so far that I'm bored with it, and I kind of need to slow down so I don't get bored with the game entirely. This is the first game I've ever played that's been multiple discs, so you can understand how excited I would be. I did do an unboxing of the game, so you probably saw that. It is 2 discs, but I tell you, I just love to play this game. I play it so much, like I just said, and just with the whole tacticalness of it and the whole RPG factor, it's just real nice. It's one of the better games that I've actually played this year. I'm not real big fan of RPGs, mostly because, and this is a little bit of the gameplay, but I'm going to go back to it real quick because I forgot. And usually in RPGs, such as one pops in my head, Sacred Angel, you had to choose what specific things you wanted to level up about your character, his health, strength, etc., magic, you know. But Magna Carta 2 actually does it for you, based off the type of fighting style, which is something else I forgot. Jeez, boy, am I not prepared. Fighting styles, every character has 2, and then just depends on whatever type of fighting style. So like you have, for certain characters it's close combat, or you can go from far away, etc., things like that. But it's real nice. So the game actually levels up your character properly for you. So for example, Juto, the game more focus on his strength, defense, and vitality compared to maybe his spirit, which is your magic power in this game, his spirit and agility and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give overall go ahead and give the entertainment a 9. So so everything it's good. I would definitely recommend the game to anybody who loves RPGs, obviously. And maybe even if you don't enjoy RPGs 100% like I did, definitely I would give this game a shot. But I don't know, it's 2 discs. I don't know if you really want to what am I looking for? Spend this whole much time, but it took me about a week to get through the first disc, but I didn't play it constantly, so hopefully it won't take another week to get through this last disc. So I'm gonna go ahead and rate the game, and I will give it looks like it's gonna be a 9 out of 10. I think. Yep, 9 out of 10. I did the math on the fly, so that's why I did it like that. So the game gets a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. As always, thanks for watching my videos. I hope you enjoy the review. I know I stuttered a little bit, I'm sorry, but I kind of just went on the fly instead of writing stuff down like I normally do. So, as always, thanks and bye.